Hey, it's Gothy, and I'm going to show you guys how to hand paint Aida cloth. Now you can do this with any type of cloth really, so I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and yes, hopefully it will go well. I'm sure it will, because I've never had a problem doing this before. So I'll show you what you need. So first of all, these are two of the pieces that oh, there's the other one. These are three of the pieces that I've done before. So these are just with some blues and stuff. And yes. So these are still very pliable. This is the piece of original Aida that I cut from. So you can see it's still got the same kind of pliability there, flexibility. So the things you're going to need, something you can mix your paints on. I'm just going to use this for the time being. This is just a little sauce thing. Paintbrush, I just use any old paintbrush, it's not anything particular. You can use foam brushes, of course, if that's your preference. Some acrylic paints, which you can sort of see in the background here. I'm kind of, I don't know how well that's focusing, but that's just a black one. So I've got a couple of different colours now. And the most important part is the textile medium. Again, I'm filming this set up on my tripod, so this is really hard to look at the screen and then be able to look here as well. So this is the Delta Cream Coat Textile Medium. This is just a 59ml bottle. It actually lasts quite a while, which is good. I got this off eBay. I think it cost me like $9 at the time. The next time I buy this stuff though, I'm probably going to go to Fish Pond because they have it a little bit cheaper. So, textile medium, and basically it just transforms acrylic paint into a washable fabric paint, which is what we want. So, yes. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. So I have a piece of cardboard here because it will go through, so just do not paint onto anything, any kind of surface that could become problematic in terms of cleanup. Alright, so I'm just going to use some of this fabric, and I'm just going to put it over the cardboard. There's a little bend in there, so I probably should iron this first, but I'm not too fussed. Alright, so sitting there fairly well. Alright, so I'm going to do some, I might go with green. So I just got this basic green paint. It doesn't have to be any particular brand of acrylic or anything like that. This one's actually brand new, so it's still sealed. So I gotta unseal it. Okay. And I did that without getting paint on myself. Alright. So I'm just going to put this front and center here. Yes? Okay. So, alright. So we put some green paint in there. So this one's quite a watery acrylic, which is fine. Now, the recommended mixture is, 2 parts paint to 1 part textile medium. I don't have anything to mix this with except for the brush. I've just realised I forgot to bring skewers. What can I use? What do I have that I can use? Oh wait, I have... Oh. Aha! I have cotton tips. That'll do. So, I have some green paint in here. And I'm just going to put some textile medium in. So, it sort of looks white, but it will not change the colour of your paint. It mixes in clear, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, about 2 parts paint to 1 part textile medium. And this is not the ideal way to mix it, but you just mix it in Doody doody doo. Actually, it does. That one does actually lighten it a bit. Oh, I never noticed that, but yes. If you're worried about the colour being too light, you can always just mix a little bit more paint in. No biggie. I'm just going to put some of that there. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, oh crap, where am I going to put this? I don't have... Oh, wait. Oh. Ow. Okay. Little baggie for rubbish. Just so I don't get paint all over everything. Just sit there for now. Alright, so just adjusting my chair so I can see. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, so paintbrush, we've got our mixed stuff. It'll move a little bit on its own when you move it around, but not much. So, just get a bit on your brush, and then you just start painting. I like to dab because it makes some really cool patterns and stuff on there, and it's a little bit easier for me to control. You can just do it this way as well, but yeah. And I mean, this way you can control how much coverage you want. If you just want a little bit of coverage, so I don't know how visible that is, I might zoom in. Yeah, okay, so you can see there's still some white there because I've just put a very light coat on. Yeah, but you can also do a darker one. And like I said, I like to dab. So on the other side, it kind of comes through a little bit. But yes, so this is basically a way to paint your Aida on one side. You know, if you want to do particular little patterns or anything like that. And I actually have some paintbrushes that I bought. Just some cheapy ones off eBay to play around with. And there's a reason for that, and I will show you, because I've been wanting to try out doing some shapes. So, I'm not great at shapes, like freehanding, so yeah, I haven't worked out a way that I'd be able to draw a pattern on first and then paint over. I'm still working on that. Look, now there's a heart there. And you can fill it in however you like. So again, yeah, smaller brushes, and this way works better if you do it as a painting technique rather than a dabbing. So, and then you just do that. And I mean, it's acrylic paint, so it washes out of the brushes pretty easily. Now, what I am going to do is, I'm going to do some black. Is this open? Yeah, no, this one's open. Right, so just give me a moment. I need to find, I wish I could find my paint palette, because I actually have one. I'm just not too sure where it's disappeared to. Alright, so that I can mix up a secondary colour, I just found a Chinese container, because I don't really have much else at this point in time. So, just, again, some black. So this one's a different brand, so this one's a little thicker. And I'm going to go back with the rest of them. So you can actually get ones like this that are clear. This one doesn't say whether it's a clear or white. but it did kind of lighten the green colour, so yes. Cotton tip to mix it around. Might need to put some more black in that one actually. Yeah, I don't need to put some more black. That's no big deal. I mean, these paints are all cheap paints, so. Alright. Mix it in, you bastard. This is much easier with paddle pop sticks, I just don't have any at the moment. So. Okay. I'm just gonna dispose of that quickly. Okay, so now we have green and black to play with. So I'm just gonna get another paintbrush so that I don't mix the colours too much. I mean, if that's what you want, you can do that, that's no problem. Okay, so let me just see how it's going zoom wise. Zoom in a little bit more. And then, yeah, just same as you did with the green. Of course, you know, this brush is not the greatest. You can mix them together however you like. Just dab some off there. I'm not a great painter, you know, so yeah. But hey, that's cool. Of course you can do little spirally bits or you can dab. I mean, it's up to you what your preference is in regards to paint. And of course you can leave it really light like that, or you can leave it really dark and like heavy. You can go over whatever you like. And of course the freedom to be able to use any acrylic paints as well is pretty cool, because that means you can just buy cheap ones from, yeah, cheap bargain stores and just, yeah, mix it with some textile medium and it's all good. I need to get some better brushes though. These ones I got off eBay are not great. I also like to dabble in painting sometimes. I have a few mixed media bits and pieces that I've done, which are pretty cool. So that's why I wanted to get some paintbrushes as well, not just for this. so I finished painting that piece. So this part here, which is where we started, is dry, and over here is still a little wet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up in front of the screen, because then that way you can see through it, and you can see that the holes are still very much cleared. That actually looks really trippy. Yeah, so there are a few parts where the paint's still a little bit clunky and it's sitting in the holes, but needles will push through that really easily. So yeah, and it's the same with these little pieces. It's a little easier to see when it's dry. You can see some spots are a little bit darker and a little clogged up, but the needle pushes through without an issue. So yes. Okay, so I'm in my kitchen because we have issues with our bathroom and draining and stuff, so ignore the dishes that you can see. I'm going to do a wash test with this blue piece, just because my knees are okay to stand for a little bit today. So so cold water, and I don't know how well that's showing up, so just, yeah, okay. So no blue coming up, the water's running clear, so that's on cold water. So that's no problem. This fabric's actually going to be really nice and soft once this is done. So no blue coming. Wait for the water to heat up. While I'm doing this, I get the paint off my hands. Okay, so hot water. And no blue. So it's washable. So that's the wash test. There's no blue coming off. If I squeeze it, there's no, well, there's not much water in there to begin with, but yes, it's all good. Now I just have to let it dry and we're all good. Aida, you are a jerk. You know I don't like it when you get up there.